Steve. Dr.
Hey,
Todd, how are you?
yeah, please, let's get the titles in there, Pastor.
I'm going to ask you the same two questions that later on today I'm going to ask people on the street.
Okay.
And why don't we start off with that today? The first question is,
Pepsi over Coke, personally.
yeah,
Is that
that was the big question in the 80s.
it was.
So the first question, can people predict the future?
No. People, well, yeah.
Could you expand on that a little bit, please?
Anybody can predict the future. Can people predict the future with some kind of divine or extraterrestrial accuracy? I would say no. Prophets don't predict the future. That's the obvious assumption. God knows the future, and God can choose to tell or impress upon or speak to people in covenant with him about future events of which they would have no way of knowing. And to that extent, then they write that down, thus, say the book of Isaiah, and it is correctly foretelling the future, but Isaiah didn't have a clue. It was all God. So no, short of hucksters and carnivals, sorry. Yeah, the Broncos are going to Bo's going to take us to the Super Bowl this year.
I think we can predict that the Broncos will not go to the Super Bowl with a fair degree. Okay, what's your name?
My name is Kat. I work here at Safeway.
Oh, that's why you're wearing the Safeway gear, huh?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for helping me today. I'm Alex. So, two questions. First one is, do you think people can predict the future?
Yes.
Okay, could you give me an example, or like how so?
I mean, you can predict the weather, which is the future.
Okay.
I've seen people do pretty cool stuff.
Okay. All right. Okay. What's your name?
Steve.
Steve, I'm Alex. Thanks for helping me. So the two questions this week are, do you think people have the ability to predict the future?
I think to a degree, yes.
Okay.
Yes, some people have the ability to do a reasonable amount of prediction.
Okay. Based on science or based on spiritual stuff or
science and spirituality.
Okay. Would you have any sense of how people can do that spiritually?
Yes, through meditation.
Oh, meditation.
Meditation.
I thought you said medication.
Oh, well,
which I thought was kind of
too,
funny.
But no, but meditation.
All right, so you meditate on a higher power, and then the higher power reveals to you maybe what'll happen. Okay. Yeah. What do you think the future is going to look like? If you could sort of describe what you think the future will be, how would you describe it?
Hopefully better than it is now.
Second one, what do you think the future is going to look like?
It's hard to say. I see when I look at the present, I wonder if there is what it's going to be like too. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to say.
Do you think things are worse now than they've ever been? Or do you think it kind of goes up and down?
Kind of goes up and down.
Yeah. Okay. Second question.
Yeah.
What does the future look like?
Well, we don't know. The best shot at it is when Paul says, eye is not seen, ear is not heard, neither is entered into the thoughts of man, the things our Lord has prepared for those who love him. It's like, okay, thanks for the detail.
At least some sort of a painting or a picture that Scripture is painted for us. What does the future look like?
It seems to be God reordering his creation. One could say Eden revisited, Eden restored, where all that is right and good and beautiful and lovely and God's order is now happening. I talk about Genesis and Revelations being bookends to all 66 books. You've got a tree of life at the beginning, you got a tree of life at the end. The difference is the tree of life at the beginning is in a garden with just two human beings that God created. At the end, the tree of life is in the middle of this huge city with all the billions of people whom God has redeemed. So now we see the culmination of Eden in the establishment of God's eternal kingdom.
Okay, that's pretty good. So, do you think the future city will look a lot like 1997 Singapore with a Hard Rock Cafe in it?
Probably exactly. We got to make a reference. Back when we went to India,
my first trip to India, your second.
Yeah.
And we had a layover, like a 10-hour layover in Singapore.
No, it was a 24-hour layover. Remember, we spent the night.
We
spent the night, and we got to tour around Singapore that day.